Hi everybody, I'm Paxash and welcome back to Paxash Plays Nekojishi. We're still talking to Ragu over here. Well, at least I know Senpai is it. Liao, I only possessed Yanshushi after learning which way you swing. Wow, that's super manipulative. You get more unlikable every time I learn more about you. Get her straight, everybody loves the boy with the baby face, right? What are you talking about? However you go about it, from the perspective of the Yaogawai, it does kind of look like you're leading them on. Like that bento could probably be taking as you wanting them to fight over you. It's not like that's what I meant to happen. How could you think like that? I'm just a guy. They're gods. So you've never heard of men who have fallen in love with gods before? You must have been misinformed. Well, Liao, we are all living together after all. Senpai, please don't make it worse. I don't see your statements as correct at all. Us gods couldn't possibly have romantic feelings for Liao. All I wish for him is that he ignore the other two and return home after graduation. Relationship is the furthest thing on my mind. I understand his words, but that doesn't make hearing them any better. Well, he's got two different expressions going on here. He's either confused or thinking very hard. The conversation seems to be lost on Leopard, which is probably for the best. Alright, I should stop messing with you. It's fine. I know they don't feel that way. Well, maybe except for the little... Don't call me little! Alright then, Leopard Cat. But with the rumors being what they are, I had to come and see for myself. So, kiddo, do you really have no romantic feelings towards these cats? None at all. Really? At the very least, you're also close to each other. I'd say whatever happens, you'll still make great companions. Great companions? Would that really be how it works out? You still don't know everything. You don't even know what they're asking me to do. Please say, what if they come to request from you? A Jitong, a priest, an oracle? I would have to choose one of those roles and perform it for years for just one of them, perhaps even my whole life. I can't just make a promise like that to all of them. So then I guess you'll just have to promise that to the one you wish to be together with for life. Why'd you have to put it like that? Isn't that how it is? Whoever you choose will be your companion for life. As difficult of a decision it is to make, isn't it a bit disrespectful to the gods by having them follow you everywhere in anticipation? Ragu seems to have misunderstood the situation here, because I'm pretty sure Liao would love for them to stop following him everywhere. I never thought of it like that. You can't put off the decision forever. I'd say you should just choose the companion you get along with best and stay together with them. It's not like that's an easy thing to choose, not to mention there's other things I want to do in life. No matter what, the influence of others will always change your path in life. Imagine if you had a relationship with another human. Wouldn't that change your life just the same? That doesn't make it any easier. Even if I refuse all three, it's none of your business. Oh, I didn't bring water in here before I started recording. That was a bad idea. After seeing how stressed you are over this, I want to come and help. You're dealing with gods, so of course it's of interest to all of us. I want to make my own decision. Please, I don't want you trying to make my own decisions for me. You're unique, kiddo. Because of that, your affairs matter to us gods. As annoying as it is, he's not wrong. Even if a perfect way to settle this doesn't exist, I think you should still decide as soon as possible. Taking up the time of all three of them is just going to come across as disrespectful. Do gods have time to waste? I don't know that they do. At least not these guys. They seem pretty content where they are, honestly. I don't mind. It's fine as long as Liao goes home after graduation. He won't have time to go be a temple priest or some Aborigines oracle. Stop being selfish, old man. My temple's in dire straits as it is. Well, things wouldn't be so bad for you if you went back to being a Yaogawai. And what if my Fudegang loses all their spirit power? That's all that will happen. A god of soil will just lose their power. It's not like they would die. If the local people don't feel the need to worship them, then that's just how it is. It's vibrating. So the vibrating just reminds me of Project Voice Bend every time. It is. Project Voice Bend is delightful. Please just stop, you two. It's hard enough to decide as it is without you making each other cry. This really is difficult for me. I know you're under pressure, but putting it off won't help. You won't make any progress like that. Maybe, unless something else comes up. Liao must quickly come Wu-Tai. Something bad. What is it? Danger. We must warn them. Every temple has stories about gods helping their worshippers ward off some prophecy of doom. Sorry, Likulau, but your problem isn't special. Don't be a dick. Which is exactly why you shouldn't journey off to anyone else's temple. Liao is of the Lin family. You should take care of your own Mazu temple and your family's needs. Running around and saving the worshippers of every temple is a fool's errand. You really are selfish. You're the one being selfish. What a troublesome situation you've gotten yourself in, kiddo. You guys don't get it. I'm not playing around. I'm stressed every day. I feel like I should remind you that this situation won't resolve itself. You're going to keep stressing yourself out over it until you make a decision. I don't think any of them want you to go through with that. I guess so. And the Yaogwai, they're spreading rumors. The faster you get this over with, the better. What does that mean? Nothing. Just think who you wish to team up with. No matter what, you'll end up hurting someone, so keep it simple for their sakes. What do you have to make it sound like I'm breaking up with someone? Am I wrong? After all, their appearances are based on your preferences, not to mention all the things they can help you with. I did hear from somewhere that these gods fulfill a special interest of yours, don't they, kiddo? How do you know about that? So it's true? I was just guessing. Why? The Yaogwai are gossiping about me like that? About that stuff? Thinking about it is almost too embarrassing to handle. Just don't make it too hard on yourself, kiddo. Think about it simply and make a decision earlier. Think simple. Take my spiritual advice for you to heart, kiddo. Ragu pets me on the head. Ugh. Okay, little guy, take it easy. I'll be around here for the next few days if you need me. See ya! Ragu says goodbye with a hearty smile before starting to fade away, as if he wasn't ever there to begin with. Wait! He was gone. What kind of god just brings up a topic like that and then just leaves? I mean, based on the other gods we've encountered, all of them. They all do that. What a weird god. I would never have foreseen that he would bring that up. I would have told him not to tell you if I had the chance. Tiger's sad. Why? I'd have figured it would make you uncomfortable, and I was most likely correct. You should just ignore the Yaogwai gossip until it fades away. There's no harm to come from it. The Ragu was kinda right, Liao. You shouldn't just keep waiting until something bad happens. Let's set off for Miali as soon as possible. Senpai, please. But we get along so well. It'd be so nice just to be with Liao forever. I don't know. Please don't say things like that. Leopard raises a paw and gently taps Senpai on the head. Senpai plays along, acting stunned as if he just smacked him. Finally able to collect my thoughts, I look back towards the picnic and bento laid out before us. Now that Ragu has taken a bite out of the chi, would any of them even want to eat it? So, what do we do about the bento? All three of them remained silent. None of them wanted the bento anymore. Sigh. There was kind of a weird mood, but I should still eat my lunch. I did make it for myself, after all. I picked up my chopsticks and looked down at the bento. All the pieces of roasted meat lay untouched in a tidy row, but I couldn't help but recall Ragu picking up one and eating it. I sit down for a moment and calm myself. Ragu was correct. Postponing my decision isn't going to help anything. Nothing good will come from just waiting, especially for Senpai. His Fudegong's powers probably won't hold out much longer. I always thought I could keep this up until graduation. Time's running out, isn't it? But that doesn't mean I should be hasty. I need to think about this. This is my life we're talking about. I still need to think about what's best for me. If that means I need to refuse all three, I should do it sooner rather than later. However, if it was so easy to make them leave, then I wouldn't have to stress out over it. What should I do? I raise my chopsticks, about to snatch up some lunch, then swiftly I see a paw reach in and snatch away a piece of meat from my bento. Yay, Leopard! Delicious. One look at Leopard's expression exposed his white lie. It wasn't delicious at all. I might as well try it, so I can pick up the piece that Leopard just consumed the chi from and place it on my tongue. Yep, it's way too salty. If someone ever tells you that you can't use too much soy sauce, they're wrong. The other pieces were cold and oily. It was better with the rice, but by no stretch of imagination would I consider it delicious. Moving on, I try the rest of the meal. The fried veggies tasted metallic somehow. The biscuit was soggy, and while the seasoning wasn't bad, you couldn't call what's here a tamagoyaki anymore. As I was thinking over how it didn't turn out too well, Leopard's paw reaches over the bento, snatching another 2 pieces of meat. But, Leopard, is it okay for you to eat that? Ragu already had a bite after all. Because Liao made this. It's not that good. Because Liao made this. There's no need to force yourself just because of that. Because Liao made this. He just keeps saying the same thing over and over again. Why is he always so determined? Really, it's okay. You don't need to force yourself. Someone already had some, and it's not even that good. I don't expect you to eat it. But I want to eat. I look down at the mess of a bento I made. It doesn't taste good, and it doesn't look good either. Leopard takes another piece of meat, including some veggies with it this time as well. He never eats veggies. Before I knew it, he took another mouthful and then another. Before long, he'll have eaten the whole thing. Considering the quality, it'd be rude to not follow his lead. So I proceed to dig in, eating the whole thing quietly before finishing up by clipping the lid back on the bento box. Once we finish eating, I pack up the leftover rubbish. We have to keep the field clean, after all. Senpai pulls out a bottle of juice and passes it to me. I take a swig and lay down against the rock under the tree, taking in the breezy scenery around me. Clouds had gathered over a distant mountain peak, creating fog in shades of white and gray. A thick haze obscures the lush forest underneath. I keep running out of breath. I wish I had water right now. Probably gonna get some after this. Even though it's spring, cold air still blows through these mountains. I zip up my jacket and let myself relax a little. As I look up, I see some tung flower petals drift down onto my shoulders. I brush them off, leaving them to fall in the picnic basket below. Brilliant white petal snow forming around me a petal at a time. Liao, you want to bring some of the tung flowers home with us? Home? But where would we put them? I watch the petals fall on the picnic blanket. Senpai made them blossom just for me. The fallen flowers didn't have stems, so I guess a vase wouldn't even work. For flowers like this, placing them on a plate with some water should suffice. In that case, they should keep nice for several days. Really? I imagine a picture of serenity as the tung flowers drift across the water on a nice little plate on my bookshelf. But how do we get them home without crushing them? That's the problem. They'd get crushed in a bag. Maybe if we wash the bento box and put them in that. Wouldn't they just smell like food then? Shame I didn't bring any soap. Wait, what kind of person would bring soap to a picnic? Packing an extra box would make way more sense. Movement always gets me. Senpai gathers the flower petals into a small pile, about the size of a fist. They're beautiful, but I couldn't imagine how to keep them pristine during the trek back home. As I watched Senpai gather more flowers, I thought through what to do. This lasts just a moment as my attention shifts to Leopard walking over to the tung tree. Oh my god, it's adorable! They're all so cute! Before I know it, Leopard throws the flowers up into the air, holding his paws around the flowers as if he were about to catch them as they fell. However, none of the flowers fall back down. Instead, Leopard must be using his powers to suspend them in the breeze. Wow, Likulau, that's a cool move! Quite the waste of your defined powers. Leopard looks around a bit while keeping the flowers suspended over his paws. Soon enough, Senpai comes over with his backpack. Likulau, can you keep the flowers floating around inside my bag? Yes. All the way down the mountain? Yes. Yeah, 3 cheers for Likulau. Now we can take the flowers home thanks to him. Senpai dances happily around Leopard. It's nice to be able to take the flowers home and all, but does he really need to be so excited about it? Liao is going to decorate the room with these blossoms. I guess so. And whenever you see the blossoms, you'll think of me. Why would I? Because I'm the one who thought to bring them home. I mean, Leopard's the one who's actually letting us be able to bring them home. But... don't you think I'm beautiful just like a tung blossom? No, you're fucking annoying. Right now, you are very annoying. How so? Yeah, cry about it! Senpai is frozen with shock, so I walk over and help Leopard open the bag so we can float the petals inside. Liao, do you like flowers? I guess so. It's a long way up here. If anything, it's a nice idea to bring them back as souvenirs for this trip. I zip the backpack back up. The bag's kind of full already. Are the flowers really floating around inside? I wonder if they'll end up getting crushed during the walk home anyway. I'm not so sure, but Leopard's face remains unchanged, so I guess it's okay. Well, now that we've got our souvenirs, we should head back, right? But it's still so early! Are there any more places to see? We could always try that trail and see if it leads us to any pretty places. I guess Senpai's idea isn't bad, but we took ages for us to get here. I'm just worried about going out too far at this point. The paths are well marked, but I'm still afraid of getting lost. We don't really know where those paths go, and we'll be in big trouble if it gets dark, and we can't find our way back. It's just a bit past midday. I just don't want to go too far from the metro station. Yeah, you're right. Getting lost out here would suck. But since we have extra time, we can catch the metro back and still go out and check out some of the shops before dinner. Yeah, sure. Senpai and I plan out... Ugh. I really can't talk right now. Senpai and I plan out our trip back down the mountain. As we backtrack our steps on the map, none of us mention our encounter with that weird god of soil. I wonder if it was awkward for all of them, too. Alright, everyone ready to head back to the station? I start packing up the remains of our picnic. Afterwards, we head off back down the mountain. Alright, so I think I'm gonna leave this one here. So I have no idea how far into the game I am, so I don't know if this is like coming to a head or what. But we'll see. So that'll be the end of this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.